All right, we're back into it again. Let's see. We've got when I'm a little late again. I've had some life stuff happening. For me, it is the 26th of April. It is a Saturday. This chapter, I believe, came out Thursday afternoon or night. So, very bad that I haven't gotten it out yet. My apologies. But let's get into it. We have the cover of Shonen Jump. I know that's Luffy playing with somebody on a controller. Um, his shirt says, jacket says, "Go all in" on the sleeve, and excuse me, a level. It says a level and then PLA. I wonder what it says after that. Player, maybe. No, no, not important. Cool cover. Oda's notes. I finished the Seven Men and Women Summer and Autumn series. They were fun and exciting despite how dated they felt. All right, cool. So it's 11:47. The things we find scary. What is it? It's Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 32. Raizo, the daimyo of Udon, expresses his gratitude. Wow, they're feasting. How great. Good for them. Alright, cutting into the chapter. It looks like a flashback. Yep, it's Saul talking to Chopper and Robin. It says, Chopper, Robin, hide, as he hides them in his hair or his beard. I've seen him before. He's a god's knight. Huh? They're immortal. We can't beat them. For the children's sake, you've got to stay hidden and wait for the right moment. The survivor of Ohara. Well, I guess there were two of you, huh? The Marine sure dropped the ball there. Getting stabbed by spikes there, and they're crying. And this is Summers saying that. Summers goes, Gunko, you done rounding up the Straw Hats? Are we bringing them back with us? Just dots from her. Wow, she has them actually there. Wow, she grabbed our guys. And then it's Quillingham saying, Summer, you dolt, you know we aren't here to provoke Straw Hat Luffy, right? We are to carry out our mission and go back home. And then it cuts to the Straw Hats. Grr, how dare they do that to Saul? And they look and they took Colin too. How could you let this happen, Jinbei? I thought we'd be good with you here. She's blaming Jinbei. Quit making a racket. I'm trying to think. I wonder. How do we handle this ability? Is that him saying both? I believe it is. And it cuts to Usopp. That lady is scary. I thought I was a goner. And Brook says, that woman, ... No, it couldn't be. So Brook thinks he knows her, which is interesting. Wah! As she goes to stab him with some cool looking little sword spike. Yeah, she's back, says Usopp. The zombie lady! She kicks Brook in the chin. Brook, you there, huh? Your life will be devoted to making music for me. You belong to me. Huh? Because he's the Soul King. What the? She knows Brook's music? No way. She's a Celestial Dragon and a Soul King fan? That's one hell of a groupie. Yeah, I'm with Jinbei there on that one. Hey Gunko, cut that out. I'm not in the mood to pick a fight with an emperor here either. Let's finish the job. My sincerest apologies, young lady. My captain, Straw Hat Luffy, gave me a second lease on life. Since then, my loyalty has been to him alone. Gunko says, and if refusal means forfeiting your life? Brook responds, I would sooner embrace death than live without honor. Usopp says Brook. Gunko lays into him, absolutely nails Brook and sends him flying. And then she goes, ugh. I think she went over and started beating on him again. Brook! We good, Quillingham? Says Summer. Yeah, go ahead. Ahem. Can you hear me? Warriors of Elbaf. And this is him speaking over the intercom snail now. Wow. That was a good moment from Brook. Sorry, I went back and reread the Brook stuff. That was really, really gnarly. Really awesome Brook moment. Anyways, it got to... Who's that? A transmission. I'll bet by now you're feeling the pressure from all these abnormalities. This is our handiwork. I'm the dagger of the Holy Land Marie Joie. Summers of the Gods' Nights. Artisan Village is where it's now cutting to. We're getting to see a panel. We're seeing panels of the monsters attacking all over the place in Elbaf while this is happening. And then the giants are saying, Marie Joie, so they're with the world government? What do they want? Chief, this is broadcasting all over. They're exposing themselves? Question mark. He said. Then Summer says, at the moment, you are probably already aware, but Giants then say, are the kids okay? And that's in the Hunters Village, Northwest region. Summers then continues, we are currently in the middle of kidnapping 10 children from this country. Oh yeah, we've already taken down a certain orange-bearded guy, ... who was trying his darndest to free them. And then it cuts to the library. Something happened to Mr. Saul? In short, you naively assumed those brats would be kept safe, but they're still storming toward our goal. And they all say, Saul. And the giant says, it's showtime. Too bad we don't have a video feed. Or that's what it says. Somebody says it. Maybe that's Quillingham saying that, actually, in the library. Do you remember the names of all the kids we had march out of here? She says, of course. All right, then you'll inform the parents. It's about time for the children to wake up from their dreams. Hey, what are we doing out here? What are we doing? Don't know, but I bet it's far away. Or where are we going? Don't know, but I bet it's far away. Nuh-uh, this is Branch 18, the way back home. Yeah, but our bodies are still moving on their own, aren't they? And this is all the kids talking. So we're not going home, but I wanna. I want my mommy. I want my daddy. You can't see them. We've been kidnapped. What? Calm down. I'm here. I'm not like you weaklings. I'm a warrior. And then it cuts to some of the monsters trying to scare them. Yeah, it's a monster and a ghost calling help. And he goes, yeah. Saul seems to have been taken out. Turn back. We're going to rescue the kids. Chiefs, about that. The ship has sprung a leak and we've got broken oars. Damn it. What's this creature supposed to be? Not sure. Some kind of beastly woman? Looks kind of like my missus. Oh. Well, you're in for a beating. The one over there looks like my wife. Hang on. Aren't these things just the kid's fears come to life? Say, Bent's your kid, right? Yeah. So if what Bent finds scary in his mom is his mom, then that means they're mothers. Wow, anyone would be scared by that. Even us. Yeah, moms. Yeah, some big crazy moms. That's awesome. That one literally looks kind of like Big Mom. Yeah, we can't do this. Our spirits aren't strong enough. Everybody's getting fucking murked. Dude, the moms are absolutely mugging their ship. I'm sorry for always going out drinking, Mom. Ma, I shouldn't have forgotten to take out the trash. Wow, that's great. Forgive me for eating the honey cake meant for our guests. Chiefs, this is bad. The island clouds have drifted away. We're going down. Boom! Ship crashes. Summer says, "Gah ha ha ha, this ship of the mighty giant warrior pirates just crashed. Some strong dream demons got them. The odds seem to only get worse for those brats. Let's keep this brief. I am now addressing the legendary warrior Mountain Beard Jarl. Seeing as the king's gone, you will speak for Elbaf." No, ... Dorian Broggy couldn't have, ... And then it cuts to my girl Ripley saying, "It can't be. The giant warrior pirates, Saul, crashed. I hope the chiefs are safe. Let's hurry. Our goal is simple." And this is Summer saying, "Our goal is simple. The giants will serve as our battle thralls. Otherwise, we'll see just how valuable these brats are as sausages. I'm sure you're all curious about the 10 kids and where they're going, right?" And then it shows us a map. Library and school, where the principal, Angie, and Quillingham are, right here. Ripley and Frankie are over here, heading towards where the giant warrior pirates, Dory, Broggy, and Scopper were on the ship. West Village is farther down over here next to the castle. The 10 children are in the middle heading towards the west village. And right in the middle of the branches where Gunko and Summers are with a bunch of the Straw Hats and Saul. I have the names of the children kidnapped. The first one is Yova. Yova, my great-great-granddaughter, Lord Jarl. Next we have Skadi. We're helpless, he says. Olaf. A dream. This is just a dream. Captain, that's my grandson. That's one of the pirates up there. Ouch. Colleen, I have the worst luck. Mug, I know I'm strong, but I can't stop. Ronya, it's okay. Everything will work out in the end. ... Why did it have to be my daughter? They were on branch 8, right? I'll go save her myself. Bint, Mama's gonna be so mad. Joanna, at least you have parents. Wow. Bjorn, just save me at least. It was just those 9, but later on another was taken because he came to save his friends. You suck, Bjorn. How could you say something like that? Sorry. The little warrior, Colin. He makes 10. Huh? Colin? And that's Ripley holding Scopper who says that. So they're all okay still. You hear that, Ripley? Our boy sure is something. This isn't the time to brag. Now, we'll make our demands. Listen closely, Elbaf. Warriors have no need for scholars. They don't need librarians or pointless history either. Set them ablaze and swear your allegiance to us. If you don't, we're going to kill your kids off one by one. Help! Save us! It cuts back to the parents. The hell did he just say? We know where the kids are. Let's go save them. I'll smash them to bits. Those are the giant warrior pirates who say that. And then Summers says, Elder Jarl, the choice is yours. Mine? Please wait. That's too cruel. And that's the librarian Angie saying that. This school is a symbol of Elbaf's peace, and the library not only safeguards our long history, but also the secrets of the world that the scholars of Ohara sacrificed their lives to protect. It doesn't just belong to Elbaf. You sure are a big mouth. Robin, don't do it. And this is Chopper. She can tell that you can tell Robin's pissed off. Yasan, please. And that's what Ripley says. On it, as he darts off. He's gonna go fuck him up. Robin's so pissed off. I'm not going to let it happen. And that's both Robin and Scopper. An unlikely duo springs into action. I mean, Robin's only going to have to restrain Summers. And then Gunko as well, I guess, which is pretty much impossible. But let's cut back up to the map, because that was the end of the chapter. But did we get a on break? Doesn't say. 11:47 end. Nice. So let's cut back up to the map. Robin's, I would say, a little closer to... Well, she is closer to Summers and Gunko. But I don't understand why they're having the kids head to West Village. Oh, I think it's because they need to take that ironclad to leave right there in front of the village, or that ship to leave, I guess. Maybe. And if that's the case, and they're bringing them to where Jarl and them are. So I'd say Scopper and the Giant Warrior Pirates are farther away for sure than Robin is to the children, but it's not too bad of a situation in terms of distance. Especially since if the Straw Hats and what's left of Saul can even hold Summers or Gunko back, then it's just Quillingham, who's even farther away than everybody else from the kids. So as long as they can figure out how to, really if they can stop Gunko and get her power to stop, then they're good to go. I'm curious if Brooke knows who she is because of what he had said about, No, she couldn't be. wonder if she's going to relate to Brooke's past. Interesting. Well, good chapter. Brooke had a really gnarly moment. I like learning the kids' names. I like the urgency from everybody when they start talking over the intercom, and about what's the situation, how they need to save the kids. Now I'm looking. Are those nightmare monsters still attacking the giant warrior pirates when we see them in the last panels? Oh, that's my cat Glob. What's up, bud? I don't see them, but they should be. So I imagine that they are still going to be there. No, I didn't forget, because they were mugging them and made the ship crash, and some of them were on the ship as it was going down. So I don't see why those moms wouldn't still be there. But anyways, good chapter for sure. Looking forward to the next one. I would say I don't have a whole lot of prediction. It just seems pretty straightforward. We're not going to cut away from this. This is what we're doing. There's not a lot of different stuff happening in Elbaf. We will probably cut to Luffy and them at some point next chapter, but I don't think we're going to see them the whole chapter. At most, half of the chapter will be them, and the other half will probably be proceeding with the whole Robin and Scupper and what they're going to do, and maybe the Straw Hats and Brooke and them with Gunko and that situation, right? I'm thinking Brooke knows Gunko from either the 2-year time skip at some point, maybe on tour she came by and saw one of his shows and got a bunch of his merch and stuff, saw him live, or maybe he knows him or knows her from his past before he died, you know what I mean, on the Rumbar Pirates, or back before he joined them, because he was already an older gentleman when he had joined the Rumbar Pirates. So and I like how Nami flamed Jinbei too. That was really funny. Oh, thanks, Glob. But yeah, anyways, good chapter. I don't really have much else to say. Looking forward to the next one, though. And I'll try to get that one out even sooner than this one. For sure. Anyways, I guess on that note, go out, hug a friend, hug a family member, do like I'm doing here, play with your cat, pet him, give them a hug, and tell your family you love them, you care about them, and I hope everybody has had a great week, has a great week to come, and yeah, everybody just, be good. Later. Bye.